Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John's reports for the 2nd of December. And things are kind of in hold, I think. Everyone's sort of waiting for how the outcome of this peace setup will take place. Will it happen? Will it not? Will it be rejected? And I think that's just causing a little bit of a pause. Plus, there's really nothing significant on the data front that is driving things at this particular stage. You've just had a nice little run up from the uh, fear factor element, and now everyone's sort of like, well, do we stick with our Santa rally construct and keep pushing that is the pain trade to the upside at this particular stage, because everyone has a lot of pessimism given what they've seen from the readings. um, yeah, strange move there in the treasury setup, but we'll see if that one corrects out. That's oddity. But again, the Fed is absentee for the most part at this particular stage, and there's nothing really volatile that causes them to sort of ended their uh, balance sheet move. That's going to have somewhat of an impact, and will we get back to a more active quantitative easing situation? That's really going to depend on their inside numbers and how they see things decaying. Oil not doing anything helpful nor destructive at this particular stage, but that is destructive in the sense that there's a lot of that inflation is still absorbed, and it's not worked through yet, and that's problematic. So as long as that continues to be it, Europe is still pushing for war, troops on the ground, that kind of setup. So you get this bifurcation of uh, the West versus Europe at this particular stage. They're not in sync at all. And then there's the question of, is the U.S. going to do something in Venezuela? So there's a lot of concerns. It's not going to stop the fact that they're going to overspend, and that's going to drive up devaluation. And so gold is going to continue its move. The interesting one, though, is your cryptos really having a hard time absorbing that momentary crash situation, and what that disrupt did kind of impacts it in a little bit more exaggerated way than you see it with the markets and ETH behaving almost identical to it. I don't have any issues with those. You can see it wasn't a whole lot of movement. We did end up with MBI white spikes that did lead to a move of the 50%, albeit that was a rising 50%, and then Magenta took over. The key is that's got to get past that 25, pivot back down there, and then we're looking for that to break below the 50s easily. So that's there's still plenty more positive extremes that need to be filled. So it just hasn't happened yet. From a 5 minute standpoint, we had the weakness to start out, and then that gave for a buying opportunity. And of course, they sold into it going into the end of the day, and ended up pretty much near where the open was from that standpoint. Asian session was nothing, but European session has been all roses. So the excitement is back, and they're just going to continue to wag back and forth, and we'll see what happens from the peace results. I think Europe is betting on nothing happening, which to them is a boon for more spending for weaponry, things like that, and that will certainly impact how they view things. So that's the long and the short of it for now. Anything relevant, I'll put on the team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.